Okay, let's see. Hey Lynn, welcome back.
ずっと待っていましたよ。出発しましょう、指揮官。記憶があやふやなところがありますが、
19 seconds. 18. 15. 14. I need a drink of water too, I guess. Three, two, one. Ah, hold on. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Okay, welcome back everyone. As you can see from the title of the stream, as well as my Twitter posts, today, I had to start the stream early, okay? But today, the 17th of September, is my 6-month anniversary of streaming. Wow, like, I hope you guys are ready to hear me talk about myself for like 3 hours. No one likes to talk about me as much as I do. But happy anniversary to me. And thank you everyone if you're tuning in. But so you notice today I started the stream 5 minutes early, which is a big deal. So I think when I first started, PGR dailies, outside of what's that called? Daylight savings time, it actually resets at 11 p.m. So 1 hour before midnight, before the day changes to the next day. So for my first stream, I always started at 11 and I would always start with PGR. I remember very clearly, 3/17 was a Friday. Or I think it was a Friday. Actually, I don't even know. Was it a Friday or a Thursday? Either way, it was the first day of the Diablo 4 beta closed beta test. Let's see, how do I go back? Let me go back 6 months. It was actually Friday night / Saturday morning. But recently I stopped doing that because PGR resets exactly at midnight, and I was kind of confusing people as well as myself, where I would always say, oh, I'm going to be streaming, Friday night / Saturday morning, whereas, it's essentially, it's 5 minutes on Friday night, but it's always Saturday morning. But it's, technically what people would call Saturday, Friday night, being from where I am. But, realistically, I stream right after, and, I have some, international audience, and, essentially, Pacific time zone is literally the last time zone in the world, except maybe Hawaii. I don't know if Hawaii is actually, behind or ahead of Pacific. I don't actually know. But basically, other than Hawaii, everyone is already on the next day already. So what day is today? Everyone's on Monday already, and so I stopped doing that to not confuse myself and to confuse other people and to make my schedule look really crazy. So essentially all because of that. That's why I always started 5 minutes early, and that's why I started 5 minutes early today, because it's my anniversary. I stopped doing this, but I'm a very, very nostalgic person. Probably because I'm old and I can't enjoy anything new. But that's totally why I did it. Okay, well, actually, Lynn, if you're still here, do you know if there's anywhere I can find cat grab music? That's what I want. Cat grab music. There's no cat grab music, I think. It came out during the Nanami patch. That's what I really want. Cat grab music. I need something mellow to play in the background. No, I don't think we can find it. But I remember, I think it was my 2-month anniversary, or... Hi Tigress, welcome back. I think it was my 2-month anniversary, where it was during the Nanami patch, so we could literally sit in the cat grab. You know, that time it was actually the cat grab event was still active. So, you know, we just sat in the cat grab. Okay, hold on. I think I turned off my filters. Filters. Compressor. Expander. Here, let me lower this a little bit. I notice my voice is like peaking a lot, like a lot more than usual. Oh, here, set it back at 11. That's a little better. Okay. But yeah, because that's why it was cat grab. You know, because the event was called cat grab. And you know, I remember that clearly because I always thought they were dogs, but they were actually cats. But yes, I wanted some cat grab music, but we'll have to deal with this generic punishing Grey Raven theme. The most basic one too, I think. Yeah, but it's my anniversary, so I'm probably just gonna be talking the entire stream about myself, which, you know, I love to do. Part of me thinks like I say, you know, I'm not too self-centered, I'm not too egotistical, but I love to talk about myself. So maybe I actually am a closet narcissist that I don't realize. That's what I enjoy, though. Well, I don't know. You can say maybe I like expressing myself since I don't really normally have, too many, close friends or family who want to listen to me. You know, Steffi barely puts up with me already. He's always like, oh, just shut up. But, you know, thank you, Steffi, for being with me the entire journey. So, you know, Steffi and I haven't been friends for, I don't know, was it like 3-4 years now? We're friends from Final Fantasy 14. And, Steffi watches a lot of streamers. As opposed to me, I literally never watched streamers until about a year ago, a little under a year ago. Welcome back, Lynn. But what was I saying? Let me claim this reward. What's this? Monthly pass. Huh, why didn't it claim? Okay. But... yes, this game is for... well, it was originally on mobile and... so, Android and iOS. But it has a official PC client release as of, I think, July or something. But I am on the PC client right now. But... looking back, this was the first game that I streamed, my first stream. So I first streamed on March 17th. I wrote it down. I'm like that. I like to... okay, my mic is still peaking a little bit too much. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Let me turn up the attack a little bit. Attack. But yes, this is Punishing Grey Raven. It's also a gacha type game. It's a gacha action RPG. It has pretty nice combat. It has really nice art, but it also has an amazing, visual novel type story, which is, really great. I'm a little. Let me turn the ratio up a little bit, maybe that'll do it. Okay, or maybe I'll stay away from my mic because I'm a little too excited today. Yes, crossplay is completely available, I think. Well, yeah, I'm like 100% sure. So I'm playing both on my phone. I first, started on my phone. I've been playing since the global launch in 2021. And, I've been playing it ever since. I would always say it's my favorite game, and maybe now I wouldn't say it's my favorite game because it's been a little bit disappointing the last, essentially, 3 or 4 patches, but, there's still a lot to enjoy about it. The story is still great, but they've really cut down on content a lot. Yeah, because I remember, when we first started streaming, I would literally stream PGR like 6 days a week. And, we would always have stuff to do. But now, essentially, 1 day a week, we're done with everything. There's like nothing left to do. And the story too, they cut down so much. I remember Surviving Lusum's story, which, people say is a masterpiece of storytelling. It was something like 18 hours of story when I did it on stream. But, the last few patches, it has literally been 4 hours of story. Not to mention that it was also kind of a side story too. And, there's no more interlude, there's no more hidden story. It's been a little bit sad. But yes, but today's my anniversary. I came here to play this game, but I'm mostly just going to be talking. Yeah, let me clear my nose 1 second. So, yeah, I remember my second anniversary. First anniversary, I was super busy. I didn't really do anything. Second anniversary, I was pretty free, so I remember I did talk about this a lot. And now I still want to talk. I guess I technically have some announcements today. It's nothing too big, but some minor things that I will be changing going forward. But yes, let me start from the beginning. So, Steffi's been with me since the start. So I think I'm not going to go into it too much detail, but I set the date as July, sometime in July 2022 is, at the time, I've been playing Punishing Gray Raven for roughly a year. And then Punishing Gray Raven announced a sponsored stream. They had 3 sponsored streamers. It was Pomu Rain Puff, Elira Pandora, and Finana Ryugu from Niji Sanji EN. So, they're the first wave Lazulite. So, for me, that was literally the first time I've ever heard of the term VTuber, or ever seen a VTuber, or ever watched a VTuber, or ever, I literally did not know of their existence until July 2022. So, from what I'm thinking right now and how I feel, it is literally a life-changing event for me. What's that called? Sometimes, I don't know if if you guys are real big Niji Sanji EN fans, you might know Diamond City Lights, but Diamond City Lights is a very, very VTuber song. The lyrics are like, very, very VTuber, explaining. It's kind of but I literally just want to quote the song to describe how I feel. But, I'm trying to think. So, let me see what's up. let me go look it up. Diamond City Light. No, I'm not gonna get copyright strike. I don't, there's technically, Twitch system is different from YouTube, but technically, Twitch is even more. Anything in the VOD can get destroyed, and it's something I've avoided so far. I didn't do anything too bad, but essentially, that's literally the first time I've ever seen or heard of a VTuber before. So I guess, before that, I was playing Final Fantasy 14, with Steffi, and I was playing other games, but I've kind of been out of gaming, at least compared to my younger years. I'm kind of old. But I think, this is how that's how I remember the years. It's like whatever game I was playing. So 2022 was like, Animal Crossing, as well as when I started FF14. 2019 was like Ragnarok. 2018 was like Pokemon or something for me. But I've kind of been out of gaming for quite a few years. I think about, time really flies. And it's really flown ever since we hit Twitch affiliate, especially. So I think back in I don't even think I used to say 5 years, but I think it might be 6 or 7 years now. I think I've kind of been out of gaming for about 6 or 7 years. Even though, I could say I still played a lot, but it's not like I did when I was younger. When I was younger, I really, especially, when World of Warcraft first came out, I was really into that. And I played really hardcore, so I would, essentially, right now I still have no life, but back then I would, typical no life, I would literally play it like, 16 hours a day. I didn't have a job. I guess technically I still don't have a job now because I'm doing this for a job. But I used to play a lot, and so for the last 6, maybe 6.5, 7 years, I've been already considered I would consider it myself at least, only doing casual gaming. But it's still a lot more hardcore than a lot of other people, I think. But I've also kind of been out too. I've been a little disconnected from the world. But yes, but let's go back on track. So, I was playing Final Fantasy 14, July 2022. Is it July 2022? I had just quit Final Fantasy 14. I think I was playing Lost Ark. I remember Steffi remembers me playing Lost Ark because he's like I'm losing Whimsor to the, what's that called? The Lost Ark. He's leaving Final Fantasy 14 because of that. And I guess I don't know. It's kind of I do like Final Fantasy 14 a lot too, but I guess I'm just not in the mood for it right now. I guess because I said I was kind of out of gaming, and PGR being sort of it's more of a single player game. Like gacha games, there's some multiplayer functions, just like Honkai Star Rail, but you can borrow your friend's characters, but essentially it's a single player RPG experience, pretty much all the time. But anyways, July 2022 is when I learned about the existence of VTubers, and it's like how's the song go? Something about curtains, and then opened my eyes and the light came rushing inside. It was kind of like that, though that's a little bit dramatic. So I think for me, actually, I learned about it then, but it didn't really register in my brain. And then, that was like the end of July. Then August came, then September came. And then September came, me and my sister started watching these facecam YouTubers. I will not say who, but we were watching it for a month or two. And somewhere there, it finally hit me. From watching that facecam streamer, and having learned of the existence of VTubers, I was like, I can do this. So it was literally that moment, sometime in 2022, the second half of 2022. I think it probably occurred around November or October. I just thought about it. It finally crossed the mind for the first time in my life. If these events, happened, kind of at the beginning of the VTuber thing, back in 2018, and I started this earlier, I would be in a very different position than I am right now. Yeah, it's kind of it's a little. Well, I can't build a time machine and I can't change the past, but it is quite interesting that now I'm even older than I already was. But sometime it occurred to me then. So, it was also a kind of a perfect storm of different circumstances with my living situation and my family and all sorts of different things that that I don't really want to talk about, or I can't really talk about. But all these things kind of lined up to open the opportunity for me around the end of 2022. So that was less than a year ago. And here I have a timeline. I have a list of dates that I love to ramble about. But December 9th, I think that's when it really occurred to me. December 9th, the Diablo 4 release was announced. Diablo 4 release date, and then I looked through my notes, and the earliest, kind of evidence I have that I was considering, becoming a VTuber was December 10th. So it was literally the day after the announcement came out. I probably didn't even get the announcement that day. I probably saw it the next day, or the evening of. But it was that day that I decided that I wanted to do this. So, ever since then, I've been working on it. I don't have, I kind of don't have very much experience with this stuff. I have a lot of experience playing games, but I don't have any experience with the streaming or content creation or video editing, or I have no artistic skills. Nothing like that. And the other big thing is I literally have no experience talking. I know Steffi knows this, but my friends for like the past decade, when I would play games hardcore, they've never heard my voice before, ever, because I used to never talk on voice comms. That's a story for another time, but because of that, I think it was a little bit of adjustment for me. I think some of the people I told, or some of my family, they're like, but you never talk. How can you do this? But I wanted to, and I set my mind on it. So I did a lot of things. So I did. If you look at my stream, it's some of it's pretty unprofessional, but I've done everything myself. On basically zero budget. So that's why it looks very unpolished. So my my model, my overlays, my backgrounds. I drew all that stuff myself. It's it's not the greatest, but at least I did it myself. So I'm working with what I have. So I worked on everything, and I think there's just so much stuff to do, and there's always so much improvement. And even now,
指揮官はそんな子供っぽい人じゃないです。他の皆を呼んで一緒に探さないと。
Oh, Lucia's worried about us. You see how long we've been idle? Hold on, let me see. Is our energy overflowing yet? No, it's not. Yeah, let's burn some energy. So I can say at least I'm playing PGR. Let me turn on my controller too. I guess I could do some farming while talking. Let's see what's up. Oh, let me alt tab. Okay, that should be fixed. Yeah, but so it was like December, and then I didn't debut. I started streaming in March 17th, so roughly 1, 2, 3 months and a week. Let's play Lucia.
わかりました。今まで通りに皆を
But it was really the announcement of Diablo 4. It kind of spurred me to do it. So I know, I told Steffi before, and I know some of you have probably, who have been around here longer, you may have seen me stream Diablo 4 and Diablo 3 on stream. But I used to really love Diablo series, both 2 and 3. They're both kind of, 2 is a pretty important part of my childhood. Hey Sphinxy, welcome back. Yeah, 6 months. Thank you. But, Diablo 3 was kind of my, young adult, phase. I really played a lot of it. It's kind of, I played World of Warcraft before that, so, World of Warcraft has a really big hold on a lot of people. It was, I feel like World of Warcraft was really, really big back in the day. Yes, I think I've claimed the stream code. I forgot what it was. I think someone posted it on Guild. This one, what is it? Stigmata 0G. Let's try it. Stigmata 0G. I think we did it already. Claimed already. But thank you, Sphinxy. Yeah, I actually I did not watch the live stream. I've been really busy, really busy. But now I'm just talking about myself for a long time. So anyways, I was continuing. So about 3 months after, the reason why I pushed that date, I actually kind of wanted to stream a couple weeks earlier, because the PGR PC beta test just started. But I was, fate didn't want me to stream that day. Let's put it that way. I had my weekend cleared. Spoilers! Oh my god, I better avoid it. I had my weekend cleared to stream it, for my first time. But, then my weekend filled up all of a sudden. We had some kind of an emergency that happened. family stuff. So I literally delayed my stream from the first PGR PC beta test. But then, I wasn't really that ready yet, so I still had a lot of, planning, a lot of, assets to create. I had to work on this model, which is, essentially still kind of unfinished, but, I've kind of gotten used to it. and maybe you guys have too. But, so then came March 17th. So March 17th was the Diablo 4. Not open, not server slam. The closed beta test, so the first of 3 beta tests. And because it came up, then I decided I want to stream. So essentially, I started, this is a pretty important point, which I will probably go over a lot later, because it's kind of why I'm a little lost right now. But, at the start, I literally, decided to stream because Diablo 4 was coming out. Because, I played it, I love Diablo 3 and 2 so much, and I thought for sure that, I would definitely be loving Diablo 4. So, I wanted some skin in the game. So, I wanted to have streamed the beta as well to kind of, build up my brand as well. So, that's why I really wanted to rush that day. I was definitely not ready, but, I think we debuted that day, the 17th. So 17th was a Friday. But it was actually, the same schedule as like today. So we would start at Friday at like 11, but we would basically stream the rest of it into, after midnight on Saturday. So, back then I also used to stream 2 games at a time. It was actually, it's a long time ago, so I guess I can technically mention it now. But it was kind of a strategy to, try to, get people to watch me for one thing and then stay around and see if they like me or not, to like me enough to, keep watching me play something else. But then another issue that's always plagued me is that my streams don't have chapters. I have no idea why, and I Googled many solutions, or I've Googled it many times, but nothing comes up. Apparently it just happens to some people. So, Twitch has this function where if you stream different games in the middle of a stream, it should tag them into chapters. But for some reason, it doesn't work on my stream, and apparently it happens to other people too. I have no idea how to change it. I have no idea why it happens, so I just don't know. But I've kind of stopped doing that for that reason. At least that's one of the reasons. So come the debut, we came to Diablo 4. I guess I was kind of pretty disappointed with it immediately. I was trying to hold off judgment. I was like, okay, this is beta. Maybe it could get better. Maybe not though. So because of that, it was definitely a bad sign already. All right, let's check what we got for this week. Phantom Pain Cage. Oh, 10%. That's good enough. We didn't really try too hard. But it was kind of an issue already. But basically at the start, that was kind of the intention of streaming. I was like, Diablo 4 is coming out. Might as well stream it. That's what I told myself. That's what I told people who asked me as well. So it's just kind of that's really kind of what I said outwardly. I think looking back now, I do think that maybe I was embarrassed or scared, or I wouldn't say maybe. I would say I was definitely embarrassed and scared to admit that I wanted to try this for a living. Even now, a lot of people. I know a lot of people out there are laughing at me and looking at me. Some people laugh at my face, in my chat. Some people laugh at me, in real life. But they're definitely looking down at me for doing this because, who are you? You think you can become a streamer, you can, entertain people, and you can make a living playing video games. It's like, whatever. So, definitely, I don't have very little support doing this. So I don't have, people really supporting me other than my viewers. So, you guys watching me are literally my only support, and Steffi, kind of. So, Steffi has been with me, since before I started streaming, so I really appreciate it. If you're here, Steffi, thank you again. But this is literally because of, you guys, who come back to watch me, that I still have hope to do this. So I really appreciate it, and thank you very much, everyone, as well. But here, let me sort this real quick. Okay, so we have armor, which is like Nier and Vera. This one is I could have sworn we had Hwashu last week. This is ice, and this is physical, so also near. Let's see how many of these we can get done with the alpha first. Let me check my time. 30 minutes. BPC cool. Okay, so we use alpha for the first two. First two is good enough. Okay. But yeah, so you know, I really started, and I really was planning, and I was telling myself as well as telling other people, why am I streaming? Oh, it's because Diablo 4 is coming out, and you know, I might as well stream it. Okay, but you know, essentially now though, I don't say that anymore because I don't feel that way. And I think part of me has never felt that way, at least when I started. I am streaming for a career. This is not a hobby. This is not just because I'm playing PGR as well, might as well stream it. I'm streaming this for a career, and I'm going to take it as far as I can. So, you know, I will be here until I get kicked out and I'm homeless or I die. You know, one of those the options, pretty much. But, you know, it's really because you guys are watching that I still have hope to try this. So thank you everyone for watching. But you know, essentially that's how I started though. Diablo 4 and PGR. So it was essentially all of my content. So you know, Diablo 4, it was only the beta for the weekend, and then there was nothing after. And then I thought, you know, I might as well go back to Diablo 3. You know, I really enjoyed that game. I probably enjoyed trying it again. So you know, when I went back to Diablo 3, I was like, wow, I really love this game. So you know, part of me I'm always like, oh, am I just too old to enjoy anything new? But you know, during that time, you know, we really did enjoy Diablo 3, and I thought it was like, I actually said this on stream multiple times. This is better than Diablo 4. Ouch! Could have sworn I dodged that. So you know, something was amiss already. You know, Diablo 3. You know, the much you know you know, a lot of people hated it. No blues, and a lot of people complained about it, but I really loved it. But you know, I'm a pretty big Diablo 2 and 3 veteran. Like, I played many hours. There we go. So you know, something was up already, but you know, we still kind of had hope. I think when the second beta came around, the first beta I only played as Rogue, so I blamed it as, oh, Rogue is really boring. Then the second beta, I think I tried Sorcerer or Sorceress, and then I was like, oh, this is you know, this gets potential to be fun. You know, there's a lot more build variety here. Oh, I can't believe I said that. There's a lot more build variety here compared to Rogue. Oh, how wrong I was. But yeah, then you know, that's kind of what we were at. And then, you know, between Diablo 3 and PGR, honestly, it was there were not a lot of people, you know, who were to my streams. Honestly, it was kind of slow. Growth was very slow, and it's still very slow now. So, you know, but we kept at it, and you know, we got a lucky raid from nice this other nice streamer, Bolosaurus. Yeah, but they raided me with like 50 people one time, and you know, that was when I had I literally had like 15 followers or something like that. And it kind of made a big deal, you know, for a small channel to receive that kind of raid. It was a big deal. But you know, because of that, then we kind of pushed through. You know, I pushed through trying to, but I was still keeping to, you know, mostly. Oh, let's see this 75.4. That's not as good as we. Let me try one more time. That's pretty bad, actually. Let's do this properly. Yeah. So you know, because of that, from that, you know, eventually we slowly got our way to 50 followers, and then we finally reached Twitch affiliate. So I feel like I always say this, you know, I've said this many times. Oh, where are the reds? I've said this many times, but I feel like the first month and a half or 2 months of streaming went by so slowly. It felt like a lifetime. I was still learning a lot of stuff, but it just felt so slow. It was just so much stuff going on, and I feel like I remember everything so well. Whereas opposed to afterwards, and everything kind of sped up. So I think I hit affiliate back in May 4th. I remember it was Star Wars Day. May the Force be with you as well. So it was kind of yeah. It was nice. I thought things were going well. But kind of after that, then there was more Diablo 4 stuff going on. We finished our Diablo 3 runs. Obviously there wasn't much interest there. I don't know if any of you have played Diablo 3 or any Diablo series, but it meant a lot to me, and I really enjoyed it back in the day. Pow, 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 pow. Oh no! Oh, there we go. Just enough. So, back in the... yeah. So then came, a couple more Diablo betas, I think. There was Close, which started with, then Open, then a server slam that they kind of added on last minute. It was kind of hit or miss. I saw a lot of issues with it, but I tried to stay hopeful. And then I think in June, that's when Diablo 4 kind of came out. So, essentially then, that was kind of all I was streaming. Diablo 3, Diablo 4. And of course, Punishing Grey Raven. Punishing Grey Raven was great at the time. Definitely, I was enjoying the game. I could, it was very small, and definitely some people tuned in just for this game itself. Well, I did forget something. I did want to thank my earliest viewers and followers, especially Steffi, of course. Steffi's always lurking here in the background, busy playing Final Fantasy 14 while also watching me. But I also remember from PGR, I do have to thank Chrono XT, Jin from my guild, as well as Winston. Both of them have shown up to my stream basically the first week I was streaming, and they kind of show up regularly too, so maybe we'll see them here once in a while. Definitely patch day maybe sometimes. PGR is a little bit slow right now, but just thank to them, and as well as I would also like to thank Cherry Blossom as well, because Cherry Blossom was essentially one of my first followers. They also drew my my first and only piece of fan art. It's on Twitter somewhere. I can find it. I don't know if anyone's interested. If anyone wants to see it, let me know. I'll try to find the post on Twitter. Otherwise, but yeah, it's my first and only piece of fan art. Yes, but it really is because of you guys watching that I'm still here, and it's really what keeps me alive. It's for that reason that I say that streaming is my way of recharging. Outside of my life sucks, but streaming makes it a little better. It gives me hope. Okay, so and then I was also Taki's not here. Otherwise I would say something as well. But thank you all viewers as well. I really appreciate it. And thank you for watching. But so that's Diablo 4. Ugh, it was such a mess. So I think sometime in the middle of June is when Diablo 4 released. We were still pretty busy with PGR content. I do say this now, I don't mean to call anyone out, but I think no one appreciates PGR story content, or at least when I do the story content. I almost feel the opposite for Project Sekai. I feel like people enjoy, or more people show up when I do Project Sekai story. For such a critically, acclaimed and lauded story, no one ever comes when I do story. They literally no one. But yet I have done every single story since for essentially the last 11 months, almost a year, because I had some backlog and I did all of them when I started streaming. And that's actually the plan for today. I'm just doing this because I'm monologuing right now, but the plan is actually to start the story today. We've been kind of avoiding it since, you know, PGR has been a little slow. But this one, Cinder Burns, the current patch story involving No.191, I think. But, you know, if it's anything like the last, was it 4 patches? It's going to be a short story. It'll literally be done with it in 2 streams. So I'm not too worried about it. We still have like a week and a half, I think. Oh, we have like a week. Yeah, I better get started. I better get started. So, you know, Diablo 4 came out and it bombed real hard. I kind of saw all these issues, but, you know, people, I don't really want to talk about it. I will say this though, as I have said before, I dislike Diablo 4 for different reasons than other people dislike Diablo 4, including basically all critics and all so-called Diablo fans. I dislike Diablo 4 for just different reasons than they are saying. But either way, the game is just it seems, you know, it seems hopeless at this point. I think I saw some articles saying that there was some kind of event and like no one showed up or something to it, like a press event or something, like a fan event or something. But, you know, that's what month was that? Yeah, let's do Warzone 2. Let's see what this up. Upon entering Matrix, 3 pings give you extra damage. Very nice. Yeah, so you know, we were kind of busy between those 2 games. So this is where it gets kind of sad, and it's kind of it's a little bit sad, but it's also kind of where I'm at right now. But Diablo 4 bombed really hard. So essentially, that was kind of all I was planning to stream before. You know, that's why I started to stream. That's what I had planned to be doing. But essentially, you know, it failed. I kind of ran out of ideas. But, you know, at least I still had PGR, or so I thought. Or so I thought. You know, we're playing PGR now, but essentially the last 3 patches of PGR have been so ridiculously low on content. I don't know what's going on. So, you know, because of that, it's kind of the 2 things. So, you know, Diablo 4 kind of crashed a little bit early on, but, you know, it really started crashing after Season 1 release. Because, you know, people are like, oh, you know, when the new season starts, things are going to be interesting. It's going to be fun, and, you know, everything's going to be new. But it wasn't. So I think that was sometime in July. So kind of in July, that's when it hit me that, you know, what I was planning to stream, I would not be able to. And then that's kind of the same time that PGR hit as well. I think PGR at the time, it was just during the anniversary, and I felt like I've never been so, you know, unexcited for PGR anniversary. So, yeah, I still say this now, you know, I love PGR, but there was that anniversary stream that I watched, but I feel like nothing happened. It was Karenina, and then there was that Sham of Eden festival. I'm still bitter about Selena. Still very, very bitter about Selena. But, you know, starting from, I think after Nanami patch, Hikma patch and on, there was so little content. And so, you know, with PGR content kind of winding down, combining with Diablo 4 dying off, I just checked Diablo 4 the other day. I think, you know, from a streaming perspective, there's only about 400 people watching Diablo 4 streams, which I actually checked is actually lower than Diablo 3. You know, the game that came out over like a decade ago. Oh my god, it's just... it's, you know, Steffi was said, you know, Diablo 4 would bomb, but I'm not sure he knew. I think he's just a Blizzard and Diablo hater, but, you know, he was right. Steffi, you were right. So, you know, Diablo 4 completely bombed, and I feel like now it's like It's really dead. I don't know how they're gonna bring it back. I know some people are talking about season 2 being, you know, very exciting and great, but you know, just don't know. Wait, does this buff ice damage or all damage? All damage. So this is gonna actually work really well with near team as well. You just got a matrix, and then do a 3-ping, which everyone does. Very nice. So matrix is real important here. If there's lightning mine, then we're all good. Nice, you got it. Yeah, that's kind of that brings us to present day. So I've been feeling let me finish. I'm trying to focus on this now. I can't talk during Warzone. That's why I wanted to just sit in some cat grab music. That's what I really wanted today. Pow, pow. Oh no, we're too far. There we go. I can't read right now, Tigress, but I see a wall of text. How? Oh, how? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, 24 seconds. There we go. This is harder than I thought because Nier is so, you know, such a smooth rotation. You can't really get a matrix. Oh, there we go, 1 matrix. But we know we're down to 6 seconds, so it's not helpful. Hey, see. I got info on the second Sekai anniversary from September 30th to October 30th. Log in every day. 5,000 crystals. Wow. Tenfold gacha ticket X7. In addition, free gacha when you can summon for free up to 70 times. It's going on. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Free is good. Especially, I am looking really. I think I'm, you know, I definitely need to run a the final gacha planning stream. You know why? Because Colorfest is coming up, so you know. So right now, I'm still kind of I'm still kind of torn between rolling for Colorfest or just rolling on permanent banners so that I can save up for Angel Minori. That's kind of what I want right now. I want Angel Minori. Hi Taki. Taki, you're here. Thank you, thank you. Tense Taki is here now. I feel like Taki. How do I say this? Thank you, Taki, for being you know, for being with me all this time and you know watching all my streams. Thank you. You're like I feel like Taki is one of our most frequent viewers here, so I really appreciate it. Playing League? Only old people play League. Who are you? Unless you're playing the one on phone, Wild Rift. Is it Wild Rift or what is it called? Not Wild Rift. Is it Wild Rift? I think it's Wild Rift. I actually played that for a while too. Happy? Yes. Let's see. By the way, following songs we added: Journey, Unhappy, Phony. Oh my god, I love that one so much. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff. Honestly, I don't know the other ones, so you know, Phony is the big one. I already know how to sing it, so I'm definitely gonna be doing challenge when I have time, though. There's a lot of stuff going on. Too much stuff. I don't even know half that stuff. Okay, I'm doing here. Yeah, but you know, so that's where I am now. I'm up to like July of this year. So basically, you know, PGR kind of slowed down. It was also very rough. Also really rough after the PC release. I feel like the community's kind of been in disarray since the PC release happened. Yeah, I don't know Eagle Rock, so yeah, but Pony I'm really looking forward to. But you know, ever since it's a little sad. It's kind of hard to tell. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could use the 4 and the 2 maybe. Either one could work. 2, 4. I still want to. If I had some cat grab music, I would just sit there right now. But there is no cat grab music, so we're out of luck. Let's keep the 4 for now. Oh, we're out of things here. Yeah, but anyways, I'm still talking about myself. So actually, no, I have pre-rolls in a minute. But you know, then came the anniversary of PGR. So it was a little disappointing, combined with the PC release, combined with the lack of content. It was really disappointing for me. So essentially we went from streaming PGR to almost 6 days a week to kind of only streaming it 1 day a week now, maybe 2 sometimes. So it's really sad. But basically, what I started out streaming, it was literally just Diablo 4, Diablo 3, and PGR, to essentially streaming 0 Diablo 4, 0 Diablo 3, and only PGR once a week. So essentially, I'm feeling a little lost because I'm completely, what I set out to stream from the start of my stream, I completely cannot stream those anymore. There's literally nothing for me. And so, one of the things I've adapted is that, I picked up Project Sakai back in, I think, June or like July, I think, somewhere around there. But, I do love that game a lot, so. But, I'm trying to pivot my content into different things. And, as I said earlier, this isn't just a hobby for me anymore. I'm pursuing this for a career. So I do have to think about it a little bit more strategically, as opposed to, just streaming whatever. What's that called? Steffi always tells me to just keep swimming, but sometimes I do feel like that I need to do more than just keep swimming. Otherwise, I won't get anywhere and I'll just drown. But, I don't want to end on that note before I take my pre-rolls. So let's just say that I have some plans and, some things that are going to be coming up. And I do have a small, not super happy good news announcement. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but I do have an announcement for my stream that I'll get into basically right after this. But let me run pre-rolls right now. Thank you everyone for watching. Yes, thank you, Tigress. It is, I do understand what you mean, but I guess the way I see it is that I have to do things I like, but I have to be picky and choosy about which things I like that I show. So, I might like, pizza and, let's say, Rocky Mountain oysters. I'm just kidding. I've never had Rocky Mountain oysters. But in case you guys don't know, I think those are like, that's like an American food that some people in America eat or something, but they're like bull testicles or something. Let's just say, for example, I like those 2 things, but maybe I should do streams about pizza instead of the other one. So I'm not after explicit content. But I guess it's just not much cliffhanger, but I do need to take a break. So thank you everyone, and we will get back and I will talk about myself more. I guess that's what this stream is about. All right, I'll be right back. Thank you. Okay, I'm back. All right, I'm back, everyone. Thank you for waiting. Tigress, I don't know if you're here, but that's a good point. And it kind of ties into what I was kind of going to say and announce. But, well, so first off, I would say, okay, I'm not going to play anything right now, so I think I need to focus for this. But basically, you know, I've been kind of struggling with streaming for the last, at least the last 2 weeks. A little bit before felt up, you know, ups and downs. But essentially, since July, since Diablo 4 crashed, and since PGR has kind of died down on content. But, you know, that's going to change real soon. Everyone's super hyped about Bianca, which is coming out in, you know, a week and a half. I'm absolutely not going for SSS Balter. I'm only going to go for SS Balter. I'm saving my black cards for Crimson Weave. Yeah, but, so essentially, you know, I'm doing this for a career, so, you know, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for your support. But my current plans are not working, absolutely. So I think moving forward, I guess my first announcement is that I'm not going to stream every day anymore. I'm not going to stream, you know, 7 days a week, which I have been essentially for like the last 2 months. I think I've skipped a grand total of 1 day in like the last 2 months, maybe 2. So, you know, I skipped 1 day a few days ago. And I think I'm going to start not streaming every day, especially when I just need something to fill in. So essentially, you know, I won't be streaming Hollow Gear anymore, because Hollow Gear is kind of my filler game when I have nothing to stream. But going forward, I think it's just like Tiger said. I should be doing what I want, so I will still be doing the things I want. So in that sense, you know, in terms of content-wise, PGR, I think I'm going to stop streaming PGR weeklies. I don't feel like it's very different. I don't feel like it's really interesting. I'm not sure anyone enjoys seeing the same kind of routine of a non-whale player, you know, trying to, you know, struggle for rankings or anything like that. And it's not like I really try hard Norman or anything like that. So, and there's so little content right now. But what I will do is PGR Story. So today, you know, if we have time for the rest of the stream, I will start PGR Story. I will change the stream title, and we'll get into floating record ER2 Cinder Burns. So, you know, I was watching. Thank you, Lucia. I was looking at my old footage today. So, you know, from about 5 months ago, compared to right now, and I felt like I was, I do feel like, I feel like 5 months ago I was like Minori, and now I'm like Mafuyu. I'm so dead. Yeah. But I think I'm definitely gonna. I need to take days off. That's just how it is. You know, if I lose followers, so be it. But I can't handle this. I need more time to work on things for the stream. You know, I have a whole list of things I need to do for improving the streams. You know, the thing that I shouldn't mention is that I actually have follower emotes unlocked, but I have no time to draw them yet. So that's something I will definitely be doing on, you know, days off my stream. So, you know, I have a lot of things. I gotta work on overlays. I have to work on, you know, backgrounds. I do have to work on, you know, a 720p kind of background, you know, so I don't kind of, you know, I have this temporary one. Actually, I don't know if it's gonna blow up. It might work, maybe not. Well, you won't see anything, but you know, I have this one that you've seen for the tier lists, and then we have this is the standard one, but I have a lot of, you know, overlays. Yeah, no, so actually, you know, those types of emotes you cannot use your points on. They're actually free for all followers, so everyone will get them. You know, you don't need to be a subscriber. It'll be all followers will have them. But I haven't had time to draw any yet, and I can't pull the ones from subscribers and make them followers and make the subscriber, you know, emotes empty. So that's something I will be working on. You know, as I do that, get them, I will probably push the more common usage ones to followers. But that's yeah. Well, like for me, it's no. That's the thing though. I'm not like resting my body. I'm not resting my mind. I'm not resting my eyes. I will be staring at the screen, using my brain even harder, doing things to improve the stream that need to be done that I've never gotten to do, because, you know, I basically haven't stopped running ever since March 17th. But I do need the time because, you know, my stream is very, very, you know, to say the least, crude. It's very unprofessional. And I feel like those are things I definitely need that will, you know, improve the experience for everyone, as well as fuel the growth I need to, you know, be able to do this as a career so that, you know, I'm not out on the streets tomorrow. But, you know, that's kind of the main announcement, that I will not be streaming every day anymore, and I will not plan to stream every day. You know, I would say if I hit, you know, 6 days a week, I will always take the 7th day off, no matter what. Yeah, well, I'm not taking breaks on streaming. I'm doing streaming work offline. That's another thing too. I thought about you know, being able to I might try to do just a just chatting stream. I don't know if people will show up, but I might just do that, you know, while I'm doing offline work, and then I can kind of you know, it's kind of like I kind of just become one of those maybe. You thought the new was worse? What do you mean? But that's the main announcement. That's one of the main announcements. The other thing is, in terms of content, I guess I just let you know. So PGR, I don't think I'm going to be streaming weeklies too often now. I will do story. You know, I love PGR story, but in terms of weekly, you know, after the streamline, there's just nothing to do. Thank you. Well, that's actually what I'm trying to get at, though. I'm not actually going to take it easy. I'm just going to work on, you know, drawing emotes and drawing, you know, downloading overlays and stuff like that, you know, while I'm off stream, because I have no time to do any of that. Because, like I said, I really enjoy streaming. It's kind of relaxing for me, but I just need more time to do things for the stream. But thank you for understanding, and, you know, thank you for your kind words. But yeah, so I think going forward, I will not be streaming 7 days. I will absolutely not be streaming 7 days. 6 maybe if I have a lot of stuff to do, or, you know, but I also probably will not be streaming much Hollow Gear anymore, because Hollow Gear is kind of my filler game right now on days that I have nothing to stream. PGR, we're gonna do story. For Project Sekai, I think that I will not stream as much co-op anymore. Co-op is very tiring. And I don't feel like I'm improving. I feel like that's the biggest issue for me of co-op. You know, I think co-ops really draws crowds sometimes. Yeah, that's the other type of stream I might do, but I will not be doing, you know, targeted streams, you know, 7 days a week anymore. But, you know, I do want to. For the longest time, I've wanted to do my Japanese learning, you know, on streams, but I can't do it legally, technically, unless I do Duolingo. But I might. We'll see about that. But I do. And my drawing's not good enough to show on stream. If it was, then I wouldn't mind, you know, doing a drawing stream as well. But those things are things I need to be working on. I'm gonna try to learn to draw. I've drawn. You know, all my emotes are drawn by myself. They're not great, but you know, I learned it from scratch with zero skills. So I will be trying to work on. I'm embarrassed to say this, but I'm gonna try to learn to draw a live 2D model, because I do have to upgrade to live 2D pretty, you know, eventually. I have to. That's just the reality of it. If you want to be a VTuber, you have to have a nice anime live 2D model. So, you know, that's something I've been saying or been thinking about for a long time, since before I debuted. But, you know, I've never had any time to do that, and I have no skills, so it would be a long process. But for Project Sekai, I think I'm going to do co-op less. Co-op is very tiring. It definitely draws crowds, but at the same time, I think it's hard to talk about. But I don't think it draws numbers, but perhaps it's not the type of growth that I'm looking for. So I think co-op I'll do once in a while when I feel like it. It's always very tiring though, especially, you know, with the competition, as well as the certain types of players that show up during co-op, you know, without the best intentions. I think I might dial down co-op a lot. What I will do is story though. I love Project Sekai story. I mean, the happiest I am is when I'm doing PGR story and Project Sekai story. Gacha planning I love too, but you know, we're literally at the last one. So after gacha planning next time, this is gonna be the last one. So I do have to do stamp planning. You know, I do want to look at all the stamps. I might do like a stamp tier list. But you know, I think I'm gonna dial down co-op. I'm gonna bump up story because that's what I do enjoy the most. But you know, story is also kind of rough on my voice, so you know, every other day at most. And then you know, other content. What's the other game that I play? Honkai Star Rail. So Honkai Star Rail, we finally got through the story now, and it's kind of just on farming mode too. So unfortunately, I think going forward, there's not going to be much Honkai Star Rail until they release new events, or new patch with a new story. So you know, so right now there's nothing I can do other than, you know, kind of just, you know, walk around and, you know, pick up random side quests and stuff that are, you know, like sort through my relics or something like that. But I'll wait until there's like a new event or the new story in, you know, 1.4, or gacha comes up. You know, everyone loves gacha. But unfortunately, I think Honkai Star Rail has kind of run out of content for me. You know, going into Honkai Star Rail, it was a lot of fun. But this was also from my perspective as a new player. I didn't really, you know, I didn't know how the end game was or what it has to offer. But you know, essentially after we finished the 1.3 quest, we're kind of at end game now, and there's not much to do other than to use your daily Trailblazer power. Which crap, I think my Trailblazer power is going to overflow. But at least it's Honkai Star Rail, so there's reserve Trailblazer power. You know, if this was PGR, I'd be like, damn, I'm losing energy right now. That's money going down the drain. So yeah, PGR forward, less farming. Honkai Star Rail, less farming. Project Sekai, less co-op, but more story overall. And then the other thing is that I think somewhere along the line, I'm going to try to do more just chatting streams, even if I'm not doing offline work. So this is another kind of announcement that I didn't want to announce because of privacy concerns, but I guess it can't hurt too much. But I am going on vacation in November to, I mean, it's no use hiding, I would say, to somewhere with family. But it's obviously Japan because I'm a weeb. So I'm going to Japan in November. And I do plan to take a lot of pictures, and I do plan to basically talk about my experiences and the stories on stream when I get back. But I also plan to post. I'll try to post. I guess right now I'm saying I'm going to try to post at least twice a day on my Twitter while I'm in Japan. So pretty soon, I think it's a little early, but I'm going to start pushing my Twitter account a little bit more. You know, if you guys want to, you can also follow my Twitter too. And right now, I do post there every time I go online, and I post there every time I'm absent, as well as what's that called? Miku Expo next year. No, I didn't know about that. Yeah, I think is it in March or something? But yes, I will be I'll be in Japan in November, and you know, so I obviously will not be streaming then. But I'm hoping to take a lot of pictures and spin it into story content. You know, I'm actually I'm pretty good at telling stories about trips. I feel like, I don't know, I kind of do that with my family sometimes, or I mean, not with my family, but I kind of ask the right questions to spin into a story when my sister goes on trips. My sister travels a lot, but I'm a shut-in. I stay at home all the time. I'm allergic to grass. But this will be the first time I've had I don't know. I mean, I don't have a job, so this family trip will be my first kind of vacation in a long, long, long time. I don't know how many years. I've lost track. Yeah, yes, definitely. But that's kind of the plan. So I will be pushing my Twitter a little bit more ahead of time before I set off for the trip. So maybe a month from now, or at least, about a month, maybe 3 weeks or so from now. But you guys can follow me on Twitter too. So I do post updates there right now daily, but not really daily updates, but kind of whenever I go online. So I'm going to try to ramp up my Twitter a little bit more, just so I can do it more while I'm in Japan. So please look forward to that. So yeah, that's about it for announcements. Yeah, so I think I'm going to not stream every day anymore. I'm going to try to do more offline work. I'm still, I'm not taking a break. I'm literally just working harder on things for the stream offline. And I will be pushing more Twitter as well as stuff for my upcoming vacation, where I will try to get lots of photos and stories to share with you all. So that's kind of where I am for content right now. And less co-op Project Sakai because it's really tiring and it kind of draws trouble. Less farming content, just for the sake of having something to do. More focused content, stuff like the storytelling as well as unique things like gacha lists and or the tier list stream, stuff like that. But as for just content to just be there, I think I'm going to try to dial that back a bit because I do need more time to I also need more time to study Japanese. I've said this many times. I bought this book back right when I started planning to stream, which was December last year, and I think in 5 months I literally only went through one chapter until that slight lull in July. When Diablo died and PGR slowed down, then I had a tiny window where I kind of did 4 chapters in like a week and a half, and then things picked up again with Honkai Star Rail as well as PGR new patch as well as Project Sakai, doing the story on top of gacha planning, all this stuff like that. But definitely it's been a while since I've streamed Duolingo, and I think but Duolingo, I think is it's not the most efficient use of time for studying a language. It definitely is the most fun, as well as the easiest thing to do. It requires little to no motivation at all to do Duolingo. But as for how time efficient it is definitely not time efficient. But it is very good for getting people to do it. So maybe I'll try to do some Japanese study things. I did have some ideas. For a while, I was kind of making Anki decks. Anki is like a flashcard program for the songs. All right, take care, Taki. But I was making Anki decks for the songs, so I didn't get very far. But like Yoru ni Kakeru, I was like, I had a flashcard for like all the different words in the song, and it was very motivating because I did want to know the word by word, by heart. But that's something maybe I'll be doing in the future. So yes, that's about it. So, but again, thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it, and thank you for your support. I'm gonna try to keep doing this as long as I can. But right now, I need a little bit more time to study Japanese as well as work on very essential things for the longevity and growth of my channel and the stream. So thank you everyone for understanding, and I guess I can't ramble for 3 hours. I'm pretty tired already. So no more rambling. That's all I wanted to share for today. So we are going to move on to PGR story now. Let's see. So let me change the title. Again, I've had over 3 people. Sorry, Lucia. I interrupted Lucia, but I have 3 people in I've had 3 people tell me in chat, I have to leave now because I don't want to get spoiled. So obviously, it doesn't work for PGR for some reason. Unlike Project Sakai, which completely works. I have no idea why. But we're going to do Cinder Burns story now. So if you're avoiding spoilers, thank you for watching. Please, if you're new to the stream, please follow my channel for more content, more PGR content, Project Sakai, as well as Honkai Star Rail. So, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support. But no, we're gonna do story now. Let me get a cough drop. And where's the story of Cinder Burns? But I will change the title. And spoiler alert, there's gonna be spoilers for the story. Though, this is a floating record story, so it may be not too, main story related. So it might not be really harmful spoilers. Like, it's a side story spoilers. Though I think Arc Beyond was pretty spoilery in a sense. I think this involved all right, let me change the title and then let me start now. So this is where spoilers start. I will also discuss spoilers from old story as well. So, you know, if you're avoiding that, thank you for watching. See you next time. What's this one called? Cinder Burns. Maybe my voice is dead from talking about myself for an hour though. We'll see. Yeah, I was reviewing footage from 5 months ago, and I was just so happy doing PGR story. And then I was reviewing footage recently, and I'm also very happy doing Project Sakai story. So, you know, like I always said, for, you know, just for Project Sakai as well, I always say, oh, my favorite characters are always blah, 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 are always the ones I have emotional connections with, and the ones I have emotional connections with are always the ones that I like in the story. So essentially, I only like the story. I mean, the rhythm's kind of fun, the combat's kind of fun in PGR, but for me, the story is kind of the highlight of a lot of the game. Now, let me make this more explicit. Cinder Burns spoilers. Let's hope my voice is okay. Let me pop a cough drop. Okay, so I haven't, I mean, guys, clear out again if you don't want spoilers. Well, viewer count went down by like 10. Just kidding. Not like I ever had more than 10 viewers. But thank you guys. So Cinder Burns, I don't know anything other than the fact that I already got spoiled for it. Jin came into my stream and he was like, oh, Shrek, blah, 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 blah. Like, what the hell, Shrek? So, Shrek is a side character from Fake Ascension. I think he left a trail of, like, books or, like, recordings that you would kind of discover in a side quest. And he also showed up in Surviving Lucem. I think he was one of the refugees in one of these chapters. I thought he died, but I don't know what's the deal. So, let me just swap out now. So, if you notice about Noen, his voice is funny. I don't know what's going on. It sounds like he's on a radio. It sounds even more like it for his battle voice line, I think. And also his battle his mouth doesn't match the voiceover, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's intentional or what's going on, but a lot of it sounds really weird. So I don't know if it ties into the story, but we're gonna get into story. Let me actually use this before I forget. Well, actually no, we might need energy for main story, so we'll keep it. He's too close to the microphone, yeah, like I am. But you know, if he's always talking in radio, I feel like I need a cup. I need a cup to talk into, so I sound like this all the time. My friends used to do that on it's not even Discord. I'm old, okay. I think it was like what did you use? Skype back in the day. Skype. Hello? Does anyone hear me? I don't know if this is coming through. That's just my hand, but if I had a cup, it would sound even more. Like I'm talking to a radio. Over. So... oh, yeah. So... I wanted to do this. I love PGR stories so much. That's literally the highlight of the game. We're done with dailies. Well, actually, we have one more daily here, I think. Let's do this one. Get out of the way. Actually, no. We're in the middle of story. For my VOD later. You know, I do record all my story performances. I have everything from Evernight Beat. So, you know, essentially 11 months ago, 10 months ago, all the way to the previous patch, which was the Arc Beyond. Is that right? No, not the Arc Beyond. A New Divide with Karenina. So, you know, I've I do voices for every single character that shows up, you know, regardless of how bad I am at it. If you, it's because you're drawing? All right. But, you know, I also have all my Project Sakai stories saved as well. So if you guys are interested, it's saved as highlights on my channel. But Cinder Burns. Okay. How do I start this? It's been so long. Oh, but first I wanted to say, this could be main story. You know, even though Floating Record is pretty side story, like it's really side. You know, Reveries with the Whale was very side story. The arc beyond was not. It was totally a companion chapter to Her Last Bow. So Her Last Bow involves Nanami, you know, essentially. Okay, again, there's spoilers here. Essentially, going through simulations and traveling to the future to determine, you know, the outcome of mankind and humanity. You know, humanity. You know, whether either the winter freezes over and everyone dies, or the robot uprising comes and they, you know, destroy all humans. But you know, eventually that comes to the point here where the war one, the future war one, kind of comes true. So the Church of Machina, you know, with the sentient AIs, kind of misguided by Nanami's awakened teachings or examples. They kind of, you know, they didn't follow her, but you know, they were awakened and confused, and they wanted to wage war with mankind. But eventually, Nanami stops them, and they're all friends. And you know, they've stopped the robot uprising. You know, they can't. Humanity's already basically dying from the punishing virus outbreak. You know, with the robot uprising, they're so dead. But it stopped, and you know, that was kind of a big deal, even though it was kind of a side story. But it was Arc Beyond was very related to Her Last Bow, basically equal in terms of importance. A new divide, not much happened, other than the fact that we found out that Luna is on the Luna is on the moon. So, you know, Luna has been missing for over a year, ever since chapter 14. You know, fighting the giant kaiju, she disappeared. And then you know, the Vonnegut and the other Ascendants, they showed up with other agents. So there's a lot of unknowns going on. But essentially, they were trying to revive the reactor. The reactor activated again. Roland kind of, you know, essentially betrayed Luna. You know, he's been looking for Luna. He was kind of loyal. But I feel like, you know, here, I didn't really like it. He kind of betrayed Luna in the sense that, you know, his loyalty kind of wavered very fast. I don't know why, but basically he saw her powerless, and then he kind of just like, oh, I don't love you anymore, see ya. And he kind of left her to die. But, you know, Luna made it out alive. I don't know where she is now. And then Karenina destroyed the 0-point reactor, which was, you know, what spawned the punishing virus in the first place. They were running experiments with it on the moon. And that's where we were left off, I think. There's a lot of politicians bickering. But yeah, that's all I can remember. All right, Cinder Burns. I have no idea what this is about. Let me listen to No One's voice a little bit. I need a cup. I need a cup. Ideally a plastic one. I don't know if I have one. Let me try to find one. I'm thinking where I can get a cup. I only have like a ceramic mug. I don't know if I actually have like a plastic tumbler. That would be ideal, I think. What time is it? 1:30. Yeah, let me go grab a cup real quick. Let me try to find one. I don't think it's not just me hearing it, right? Like everyone can hear him have this like echo, like he's on the radio, like he's talking like this all the time. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, let me go find a cup. I'll be right back. I guess I'll run a short ad break. Hello? Can you guys hear me? I don't know if this effect is coming through. It sounds good when I hear it outside, but when I talk like this, I'm not sure if it actually comes through like a radio. Can you guys hear me? Over. All right, let's get back to it. All right. ER02 Cinder Burns. Here we go. It's ending in 7 days apparently, but let's do it. Withered grass. The dead life has decayed. I exult over its decay because from this I know that it has not been empty. Yes, that's exactly what I'm going for. Thank you, Tigress. When I am silent, I feel replete as I open my mouth to speak. I am conscious of emptiness. The past life has died. I exult over its death because from this I know that it once existed. Let's see, when I'm silent, I feel replete. I don't even... Why are they using all these big words? Why? Let me look this up. What is replete? Replete. Well, I already knew what that meant. Replete means it's full of something. So when I'm silent, I feel full. As I open my mouth to speak, I am conscious of emptiness. The past life has died. I exult over... What the hell is exult? I know what exult is. Exult is to feel or show triumphant elation or jubilation. Is it exult?
Exult.
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 Exult. To feel or show triumphant elation or jubilation. So it's like exalt, isn't it? Exult versus exalt. To exalt means to glorify or elevate something, but to exult is to rejoice. Did you guys know that? It says, exalt your favorite pro wrestler, Jesus, or your status in the world. Exult when you get the last 2 tickets to see your favorite band. So to exalt is to glorify or elevate something, whereas exult is to rejoice. It's kind of similar in that sense, you know, something that you go crazy over. But it's like one of them you're like, oh my god, you are so amazing, my Oshi. And then the other one is like, yes, I got tickets to see my Oshi. I'm so happy. Alright, let's keep going. I exult over its death, because from this I know that it once existed. Exult, E-X-U-L-T, like right here. You use such big words here, I don't know what's going on. E-X-U-L-T. So, you know, exalt is to like, is like revered. Exalted is like revered. Exalted is like celebrated. Or like a happiness celebration. The dead life has decayed. I exult over its decay, because from this I know that it has not been empty. Lucian, wild grass. I have no idea. It's like a poem or something. Grass rots. It begins when it ends. Actually, let me go back to my narrator voice. I remember my own death. Who could it be? Okay, since it's my anniversary, I can say whatever the hell I want. One thing that really bugs me is that I really enjoy PGR's story, but at the same time, I'm really sad that we haven't seen, you know, in punishing Grey Raven, we haven't seen Grey Raven in so long. I don't think we've seen Grey Raven at all since Surviving Lucem, which, you know, came out in January, I think. So, you know, we haven't seen Lucia or Lee or Liv in like 8 months. I was given by many when I was alive, and I gave the future my all. I loved them, and I was loved by them too. Okay, this thing I really love. I thought I read in a stream that, or I saw in a stream that Honkai Star Rail was going to add a log like this, but you know, when I skip a line of dialogue in Honkai Star Rail, it's basically gone forever. I'm never going to see it again, and I do happen to misclick a lot. But this guy, I remember my own death. I was given by many when I was alive, and I gave the future my all. I loved them, and I was loved by them too. I will be reborn as something else and come back to them like wild grass. I should be happy, yet happy is the last thing I'm feeling at this moment. Why is it that I feel like I'm missing a big part of my memory? Don't tell me this is no one dying at the start, because we know, this is spoilers. Shrek died at some point. I'm pretty sure he died in surviving Lusam. I don't remember exactly when, but he was with the refugee camp, and he was like one of the last people with the old grandma, the grandma, as well as Bambanada and Vanessa, and they kind of made a last stand. I'm assuming Vanessa and Bambanada survived, but I don't think Shrek and the two old people survived. Wait. Why am I dead now? Oh, he's dead already. They seem to have thrown me off Aslan. Oh, he keeps talking on a radio. Maybe he's like a dead voice from the past or something. They seem to have thrown me off Aslan when I made the wrong choice. I don't remember anything else, though. All I know that it's getting dark now. It's so cold. It hurts. Ah. It hurts. Who am I? Who am I? Countless names pop up and flash by in his head, except he's unable to make any of them count, being torn apart and feeling nauseous from a tormenting phantom pain. Is this a dream, or am I just seeing things now because I'm dying? Pain and death fill his consciousness. Nothing else can be found. I need to wake up from this pain. Confused, the humanoid tries to feel for its limbs. After God only knows how long, his fingertips finally gain sense amidst the shivers, as he slowly opens his eyes from the pain that has tormented him so. Beep beep. Recalibrating visual module 78.13%. Visual module? This hits him as a new concept. He has no idea what that means, but his recalibrated vision is showing him exactly what death is like. Where is this? Oops, oh God. I keep hitting my mic whenever I take the cup away. It's like I'm talking with the cup and then it's gone. Rubbing his messy hair, he sits up the same way any humanoid would and checks his limbs and clothing, which only makes him even more unsure of himself. Am I still human? Okay, I just realized that this is not like Project Sekai, where you, what's that called? This is not like Project Sekai where, you hear the Japanese voiceovers and then I can kind of imitate it, or I can kind of get the feeling. This one, I literally have to know the voice of the character to be able to do it. And I have absolutely no idea how he sounds, other than the fact that he seems like he's talking into a cup all the time. Am I still human? So I'm sorry for this performance, but this is as good as it's gonna get. Checking his body for a second time, he doesn't seem to recognize his bioskin and its mechanical structure. So I think Shrek was a human before, but he may be a construct now. Which is kind of what PGR is all about. Do I still count as human? When did all this happen? Did it all happen on that day? He doesn't know the answers. But these are not the only questions he has. He doesn't know who he himself is, where he came from, and where he has to go next. Lost, the young man walks aimlessly in the dark. After what seems like forever, through the zigzagging paths and the underground tunnel, he's finally out and sees the city. Beside the entrance sits a pile of stones with a clean sling bag in it, beside which lies two swords of different shapes. Is that his weapon too? I actually don't know. They seem like murder weapons the killer didn't have time to properly dispose of. Ooh. Picking up the bag, he sees a blueprint in it with the words, Rev Blade, and a blood-soaked notebook.
Can't really open this notebook now when it's like this.
Putting the items away, he gives the seemingly empty sling bag a few shakes and sees a pair of glasses falling out of a side pocket. This is just like all describing his costume. He's got a sling bag, he's got 2 swords and a rev blade, and then now he has glasses. Let me read this one more time. Is he gonna put him on for no reason? He's a construct. You know what? That makes sense. You know, constructs are, you know, they're like mechanical bodies with human consciousness inside. So, you know, it should be perfected. So they don't need glasses. That makes sense why there's no characters with glasses. The pair of glasses seem familiar to him, not knowing exactly why. He picks it up and walks up to a puddle of water beside it. He can see himself looking back at himself from the water. Then, he puts the pair of glasses on his face. Why? As if he knew exactly that's what he was supposed to do with them. Oh, it's Nolan. See? He just described his outfit. He's got a rev blade, his sling bag, his walkie-talkie, and glasses now. At least he's hot. It isn't until this moment that he finally senses something familiar in himself. Actually, everything in the sling bag seems more familiar to him than his body. Who left the bag here? Where should he go? He paces around as his brain kicks into gear. At sunset, he hears rhythm footsteps coming from the distance.
Oh, hey, is there someone over there? Who are you?
Hey, don't worry. We're Babylonia's task force, and we're on a rescue mission. I should totally use, you know, in my old performances, I've always said, oh, I should always grab a cup, because, you know, all these soldiers should be talking at radio, but now I kind of have to distinguish it because, you know, no one always seems to talk through a radio. I have no idea why.
You can go to the conservation area with us if you have nowhere to go back to.
Oh, see, well look, this guy's a construct.
A construct?
What's your team?
I was wondering about the same thing actually. Say, why don't you tell me what a construct is first? Ooh, he's totally clueless. I guess he has amnesia too.
Huh? The man and the team learn about each other through a brief exchange.
This memory loss you're experiencing is probably caused by a deviation of mind. We've seen quite a few constructs like you these days. But the database doesn't have anything on this guy.
The thing he's carrying seems like a telecommunication device. Here, I'll have a look at it.
The construct soldier checks the device the young man is carrying.
Found anything out of the ordinary?
It's broken and it didn't come from Babylonia. Should we get rid of it?
We should give it back to him. What if it turns out to be a piece of hint?
What? Alright, translation, I have no idea.
Could the guy be an unregistered construct from ACA or ARU?
Possibly. Oh, I'm sure there's a bunch of ascendants we don't know out there. They're unregistered. At the mention of the word ascendant, the other two constructs take a few steps back with their weapons raised.
Wait, you only went over what a construct is. What's an ascendant? ...
He's like, this guy. Hesitating for a moment, the three fill him in on what is an ascendant.
They're the reason we're living through this mess right now.
In other words, they're the bad guys.
Exactly. They're responsible for the red tide and defecting constructs.
I see.
He nods earnestly.
Boy, he really knows nothing. Should we try looking into something else, like his punishing virus concentration?
Already did. He's on low end, but that only shows he's not a transcendent. I've read that ascendants can control the punishing virus. Ooh. We should speak to the elite squad about it. I heard they'll pass by this area.
Elite squad? Don't tell me it's Grey Raven.
Yes. Passing by is all they're gonna do. They won't come to this space because the purifying voice is busy. And the Grey Raven Commandant just recovered and...
The constructs and the other 2 constructs, referred to as their captain, stops mid-sentence. Looking hard at the young man, he decides to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Come back to our base. We'll run checkups on you after that.
Wait.
We'll deal with any anomalies later when we come across any, but I just don't want to let doubt get in our way of saving people. Captain's right. Too many lives have been lost. We can still try to be safe, but that doesn't mean we should leave anyone behind.
Giving the man the benefit of the doubt, the 3 decide to bring him back to their base.
Thank you. Thank you.
I finally have a cup after all these months. Because I need it. The team brings the young man to a place they refer to as a temporary base. After the man turns in his rev blade, deemed a dangerous object, and its blueprint, the support construct in the base runs a quick checkup on him. Oh my god, don't tell me Liv shows up here. Oh, it is! This is totally what happens in Surviving Lucem. Well, maybe not. So the refugee camp shows up in Surviving Lucem, when the Red Tide has gone all out, the twins are like destroying all the bases, the Ascendants are kind of on the offense, and humanity and everything is on the defense. Until the Imperia finally shows up. And that's where we had this refugee camp. I remember this very clearly because I was literally reviewing footage of the refugee camp today. And I remember her model here. I forgot. She probably has a name. I can't remember.
No damage found. It seems that the individual is experiencing after effects of a mind deviation.
A mind deviation?
I see you're clueless.
The support construct quickly goes over the mind and all the possible complications it might cause. Because, this is very clearly, it reminds me so much because, Liv is the support construct of Grey Raven. And during the refugee camp, she was kind of doing the role of, what this character is doing. She's kind of saving and bandaging up and, healing everyone.
Memory loss is on one of the things that happen when mind deviates. You're lucky though. You're experiencing some issues with memory reading, but the data in there is otherwise intact. Your experiencing is rare, and people like you usually end up with after effects that are more severe if they don't get helped in time. Maybe your mind is super stable.
Maybe it's because I've been helped.
That's possible. We don't have the equipment needed to treat you, unfortunately, and I suggest you seek help. Somewhere else. It's either that or you can give yourself some time and see if you recall anything. It's quite a gamble, though.
So I don't need to be treated to recover?
Yes, but it's based on the assumption that you still have a stable mind. Don't get hopes up, though, because that's not possible with most constructs.
With a smile, she stands up as she waves at him.
Are you leaving?
I have another mission to attend to. Feel free to stay.
Seeing the support construct off, the young man stays quietly in the corner as everyone carries on with work. Mystery. I don't know what's going on. Honestly, my memory is so bad. I've forgotten most of the fine details in Surviving Lucem now at this point. But I do remember this refugee camp, and I do remember Liv saving everyone, and I do remember going over a lot of different, personal stories for specific refugees. There was definitely the kid with the dog. There was the other mean kid. There was the couple. There was the old couple, and I think Shrek was there too, along with Vanessa. I think I don't remember if we were there. Like if Shiki-kan was there. I do remember, I think Lee and Lucia were there. Okay, let's keep going. 3 hours later, when the world is fully clad with moonlight, the man hears noises coming from outside the door. It seems to be a group of unexpected visitors.
What are you all doing here?
Oh, Construct D.
We came to rest ourselves up. Commandant and a few constructs need to be treated.
The young man looks at where the construct is pointing and sees a human behind the crowd speaking quietly to a nearby construct.
Commandant is here alone? What happened to the rest of Grey Raven?
Oh, this is us!
Captain King, but the other two stayed up there. Why isn't the captain sticking around Commandant? We had to change the plan and ask the captain to stay there because they were short on hands.
After their exchange, they quickly head back to their respective maintenance chambers, leaving the construct captain, who has been stationed in this place, and the commandant here. I'm assuming that's us. So, you know, they're kind of, I like that they kind of tie back in the old stories. Kind of like, you know, Final Fantasy XIV style. Which was, you know, very impressive that they kind of tied back in some, you know, story that's been going on for like 10 years, and they kind of just pull these side characters and integrate them. The two sit by the table. The captain asks them questions while opening a white first aid kit.
Is that a first aid kit? Does anyone else need to be patched up or stitched up? Oh!
Is that his past? The young man is suddenly awash with old memories.
Was I a doctor?
He looks at the frowning human and the white first aid kit in the distance as he tries to piece together his newfound shards of memory. So I don't actually know if... It says, is the Commandant here alone? What happened to the rest of Grey Raven? So the rest implies that the Commandant here is the Commandant of Grey Raven. I don't know why we're here. We're like saved already. We're back on at the Star of Life on Babylonia after surviving Lusa. So I'm not really sure where this takes place. I'm pretty sure, you know, Shrek had his memories. This is like, I don't know when this takes place. I literally have no idea, and I can't figure it out. So let's keep going.
Ooh, the second volume of Surgical Science, 21st edition. Took me a while to find it.
His finger twitches at the touch of the non-existent book. I'll probably remember more things if I touch the box, the young man thinks to himself as he musters up his courage to offer his help.
Excuse me, but can I patch you up?
Pardon me?
I think. No, I remember learning about this. Can I do this for you?
How did that suddenly cross your mind, though? Well, just because we brought you back here doesn't mean you have our complete trust. It's nothing personal. We have no idea who you are, so we can't let you lay a finger on an injured human, not to mention one who is the commandant of an elite squad.
Right when the construct captain is about to push the young man away, you, the person he just referred to as the commandant of an elite squad, stop him. It is us! I don't know when this happens, though. Don't worry. You can't assume someone is guilty until you have evidence saying so. Weighing his options, the construct captain stands up as he looks at the commandant.
I have my eye on you, son.
Oh, here, please have a seat. Introduce, I'm Windstrider. I should not say that. No one knows that. It's secret lore. I'm Wimser. Introduce Commandant Shiki-kan.
Hi, Grey Raven Commandant.
What's your name?
I don't remember.
You have a code name, son?
It's okay with you. Feel free to call me Young Man A. Feel free to call me Young Man A, or whatever comes to your mind.
Young Man A. Just like Construct Soldier A, B, C, and D. I remember seeing you somewhere before.
Really?
It's Young Man A now. But you seem a little different from what I remember.
What does the person you remember seeing look like? Was he someone that everyone else had to try to be careful around?
I don't know him well. Never seen him in person. I've only seen him in videos. I didn't see his face clearly. I know he's met my team, but I was injured back then. So this is talking about chapter 14, or not, chapter 13. What's the one called? I totally forgot already. Fake Ascension. That's when we first learned about him. We kind of learned messages. You sigh, your tone growing serious. Oh, let me check my time. Well, so we run that, I guess it didn't count. The break didn't count earlier, so I do need to run my pre-rolls right now. It's a good time. Before I forget, 4 minutes left. Yes, thank you everyone for watching, and really appreciate it. And thank you for celebrating my 6-month anniversary. You know, exulting. It wasn't too exulting, I guess. But all right, thank you everyone. I'll be right back. I'm back. Thank you for waiting, everyone. Let's get right back to the story. I'm still so confused. Because my memory's bad and I don't remember anything anymore. But you know, we've met Shrek a few times. And now he's young man A, but later he's gonna get the name No One. Let's keep going. You sigh, your tone growing serious. He might be a goner now. Who's a goner? Yeah, so we've known him because of that. Young man A. What else do you remember?
Well, when I first saw the first aid kit, it reminded me of a book on surgery that I read before, and of when I lent a base doctor a hand.
It's a sign that the data in your mind is pretty much intact. If seeing things you're familiar with calls pieces of memories to your mind.
Right. That was with a support construct just now. I didn't catch her name, but she said the same thing.
We can probably get you fixed up in Babylonia. Except we're having some difficulties traveling back now. The transport craft will come to pick us up in a few days though. How would you like to go to Babylonia with us?
Can I really though? I mean, I don't even know who I am yet.
As soon as he's finished the sentence, the young man realizes that your question was actually a trick question asked out of doubt to see if his memory loss is feigned. None of these people have any reason to trust him, just because he was brought back here, which is exactly what the constructs have said. And even the young man himself finds their doubt fair, because he doesn't even trust himself. They could make him a new addition to the good side, but what if he turns out to be a bad guy? The young man finds this idea terrifying.
I don't know. Let me think about that.
Alright. I look forward to going to Babylonia with you though.
Well, I see.
He nods with a smile. I don't know. Sometimes I remember some PGR chapters used to take like 45 minutes to do. It's crazy. And then, the newer ones like, 3 hours, you're done with the entire story for the patch. The two say no more. The young man finishes patching you up and returns to his corner. The base is a lot quieter after dark. Most people are asleep now, except for a much too energetic girl and an old man having a heated exchange in a corner. Old man.
They leave messages on the paper for everyone to see. You can't just write down whatever you want on it.
They leave messages? I don't know what that means. That means don't write on the paper or like a message board or something.
They don't need it anymore, and I'm not writing down random things.
I don't care what you're writing, but the piece of paper is theirs. You can't just take it. People here have no terminals, and they need these papers to stay up to date on what everyone else is doing.
Oh.
Look, daughter.
Daughter, here we go.
Look, daughter, I just don't want you to get into trouble. Give it back to them already.
Maybe he's not that old then. His daughter's so young. Seeing them fight like this brings up a tinge of sadness in the young man.
Did I once have a family like this too?
Arguing no more, the girl walks up to the commandant from just now, with the paper all crumbled up in her hand, all while sobbing. The two of them have a quiet exchange. Commandant doesn't take the paper from her, but instead pats her on the head and gives her a page torn from a notebook.
Thank you.
Seeing the girl happy makes the young man happy too. When the young man turns his gaze to the commandant, he sees a pair of eyes looking back this way. Their eyes lock for a few moments in silence. And then, looking away, the commandant says something quietly to the construct captain.
Are they talking about a mission, or are they still being suspicious about me?
The young man hides his smile away embarrassingly.
Can I really stay here?
The distance between him and the rest of the base feels like a cage, one from which he can neither escape, nor into which people can go, that confines him to the corner. 1 second. get some water too.
Would I?
Oh, I got a cup.
Would I know where I'm supposed to go?
If I remember things. Deep in thought, the young man hears footsteps coming in the distance. It's the Commandant.
Yes?
The Commandant lowers down and with a smile hands over a pen and a notebook page.
Why are you giving me these?
We'll be on our way to City 006 in a bit. Your mind will probably deviate again as you go, which means you'll probably experience memory loss again and again. So I thought I'd give you this pen and paper to jot down anything you remember right away. I'm more than happy to help.
Thank you so much.
Caught off guard by the Commandant's kind gesture, the young man quickly stands up to receive the pen and paper with both hands. Of course. I hope you regain your memory in no time. The young man was going to ask more questions when he realizes that the Commandant has left with someone else as they spoke, leaving him all alone. These heroes run into worn-out soldiers, vagabonds, and refugees every single day on the battlefield. To them, the young man is but one of the many encounters they've had. With all that's on their plates, they simply can't afford the luxury of time to learn about him on a deeper level. To the young man, however, any chance missed puts him one step closer to an abyss from which there is no escape. You know, yesterday I was like, you know, I'm gonna be depressing during my anniversary, and then we're gonna do PGR story after, which is, you know, equally depressing, if not more. not more, equally maybe, probably less. Nothing is as depressing as me. All right, let's see if they gave us some percentage. No, you know, some chapters, you know, when you do non-combat stages, they give you a percentage of completion, but this one doesn't. So we can't actually gauge the length of the story yet. But I'm good right now. Let's keep going. We got about another 45 minutes maybe. So we'll see how far we can get.
Glass cradle. The baby's glass cradle is clear for people to look through at any time, and made to be broken at any time. It is under good protection.
I have no idea what that means. It's a glass cradle, like a bed for a baby. But it can be broken? I guess anything can be broken. Oh, whatever. Let's go. With the color of night grown heavy, the base sees its inhabitants finishing work and readying themselves for bedtime one after another. Taking advantage of the quiet hours, the young man tiptoes his way to a table and sits down. He sees a piece of paper left by the girl that carries her soft written words. Sorry, I hit my mic again.
I used to do this too.
He folds the paper in half and wants to start writing something, only to realize that his mind is as blank as the paper that's staring right back at him.
The Commandant said to write down whatever that pops up into my mind. What can I even remember though?
Closing his eyes, the young man delves into his memory. And that's when he begins to feel it. The warmth from the pen he misses so much, that throbs in sync with his heartbeats, invigorating every last dark corner in his consciousness.
If I try hard enough, maybe I can just recall a few things.
Holding the pen in his hand, the young man repeats this line again and again, as though trying to prime himself.
I can do this.
Scribbling noises. Still repeating the line, he follows his instinct and puts down a few random lines on the paper. Eventually, the lines, seemingly a green mess, turn into a circle. Then, coupled with the other drawings of irregular shapes, the circle transforms into a teenage young man sitting on a low chair. After which, a simple bonfire appears before the young man, followed by an expansive grassland that grows from beneath his feet. The young man seems used to drawing all these, as though he's drawn them countless times before.
Wait, so I knew how to draw? But Where did all my drawings go? Did someone keep a collection of them for me? Or did they all just pile up into a mountain of used sketchbooks? Or... I remember what happened to them now.
Oh,
He's young.
Mom, these are my drawings.
Ever since the young man was still a kid, only one thing had ever happened to his works of art. Right. They would be torn into pieces and would be used to keep fires burning or just discarded. Oh, what's this? Mom? She's got a creepy mask.
There. You have 3 seconds to give me the rest of your drawings before I break your pencils, too.
No, you can't do that.
1.
I already have all the vocabulary words memorized from yesterday, and I finished all the chores.
2.
I had the hole in my t-shirt fixed too. Why are you doing this?
3.
Please, Mom. I just did something I do for a bit before I go to bed.
And with it, the begging turns into the sounds of snapped pencils, slaps, and screams, to which a neighbor lashes with ear-splitting shouts.
Ah, for God's sake, goddamn witch, can't you just save that all for tomorrow?
Oh, we don't know his name yet.
Let go. Stand straight.
The woman says his name, yet he just can't hear it past the blur.
Told you so many times already. Drawing isn't gonna help put food on your table, and that it's only gonna ruin your eyes. And look what it's done to your eyes already. That's me 1 year's worth of my savings to buy you this pair of glasses. You know what that means exactly?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mom, but...
I don't need your apologies or buts. I just want you to know that you've been strangling your own future. With all the schools gone, you're responsible for your own learning now. You need to arm yourself with a skill that can get you into the reservation area, or the medical area, where you'll be safe. And even if you just want to live on the lower level of Aslan for the rest of your life, you'll still need to work to keep yourself alive. Clean up the mess here. Aunt Rachel will be here tomorrow, and you do well to get out of here. Get out of there with her. You get a real taste in the world. See for yourself all those people that are dying from the punishing virus. You'll see why I want you to live close to a CPF.
I don't want to work in a cargo, though.
What do you want to do then? Are you just gonna keep drawing? Or are you gonna keep fighting the dudes from the carriage H or the security guards from above?
How do you find out all about all that?
Boy lowers his head, his face heavy with emotions.
Oh, I know everything. You would have been a goner if it weren't for Rachel.
But I roughed them up only because...
Because they badmouthed you.
Because they badmouthed you.
These words are stuck at the tip of his tongue. I should censor the name. Do I have it active? No, it doesn't work when I'm in PGR. I hate that. Calling the young boy's name, she lets out a few coughs.
You're 9 already, and I can't be around you forever. We're living through a very chaotic time, and you need to learn to live on your own. Bravery is good, but you'd be stupid to throw your life away over some petty conflict. You need to go with Rachel to have a real taste of the world out there. That's when you'll learn your place in this world.
Slap him in the face. The boy looks at his mother with those pleading eyes of his, hoping she'd spare him the suffering of work. Their eyes are locked for what seems like an eternity. Seeing that nothing is going to change his mother's mind, the boy finally gives in. So I don't know if his mom is wearing a mask or is it because, he's looking in his memories and he doesn't remember what his mother looks like.
Fine then.
As far as he can remember of his mother, he has never seen her without... Okay, no. I spoke too soon. He has never seen her without the mask. She never ate or washed her face in front of her son, and she barely ever slept with the boy around. Maybe she's a construct. Every time he got curious and snuck into his mother's workspace, he'd always get a piece of his mother's mind. From what he heard from the workers, a riot is what caused his mother to start wearing the mask, and his father's death. The well-planned riot is the very reason their family is now stuck on the lower level of Aslan. His mother had to pull strings to get herself a job, the one that's barely keeping them both alive now. He has no idea what his mother does for work exactly. Only that everyone dislikes her work as much as her mask. Very suspicious. Wait, is this all I'm getting? You do know I'm friends with them boys up there.
Wait, this is all I'm getting? You do know I'm friends with them boys up there, right? What? You don't give a damn? Get lost forever with that stupid mask of yours then. Look, damn witch, I told you about this application. How's that possible? I did have a few drinks on the 14th, but I swear, I totes remember this. Did you really have to kick Joe out? He might have broken some rules, but he's a brother. Damn it. I should really ask one of the guards to shoot you. That little monster of yours is dead.
Oh, hey, speaking of the devil, Mommy was away for a night shift last night, and I saw her coming out with so many guys this morning. Do you even know which one of them is Daddy? Ha 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 ha.
Okay, so she seems to do some very sussy things. Let me read it one more time. I get lost. Yeah, it looks like she's a prostitute or something. But we don't know. It's PGR. It could be darker than that. Boom. Ooh. Someone with a real model. Rachel. I don't know who Rachel is. His aunt. Right?
Stop.
There's Mom again. So Rachel has the actual model. His mother never loses her cool in the face of all the threats and jibes coming her way. The same way she never gives in to her son's pleading, so long as she thinks his requests fail to align with her plan. She's like a tree, one that provides nothing beyond the shade and fruit to keep him alive. There is, however, one single person who manages to stay on friendly terms with his mother. The person is none other than Rachel, the head of the lower levels cargo crew. Rachel is friends with everyone, and there's not a single person living on the lower level that doesn't respect her. Let's see. Fails to... We don't know if it's his actual aunt or he's just, like someone you just call an aunt. I need a voice for her.
So Julie sent you down here because of what happened yesterday, I gather.
Maybe I need a more gruff voice.
So Julie sent you down here because of what happened yesterday, I gather. I see you don't like that I told your mom about what happened. No, not exactly. Or did none of that make sense to her, and she just decided to go hard on you? But Rachel... Do you really have any idea how crazy the whole situation was yesterday? You can fight the kids from the Carriage H all you want, because I know they got nothing on you when it comes to running. But you just can't afford to mess with those guards from up there. They've got guns, and we all know that those guns are meant for anything but to keep us safe. So long as Aslam is theirs, they own all of us here and can kill you whenever they want to, at the cost of some cheap compensation to your mom. I'm sorry. It's fine. I'm sure you've learned your lesson, and I didn't come to blame you. See, I was just worried. Okay. And I've given those kids from Garage H a piece of my mind for you. Really? Why would I lie? I know very well what they've been saying behind your back, and I really should have dealt with it sooner. It's not your fault. Oh, okay.
He nods earnestly.
But hey, I understand those kids have been messing with you, but you really want to drop that long face of yours sometime. Neil told me she said hi to you the other night, and apparently you just walked away all pissed without greeting her. Poor woman was shocked.
Voice dying. Oh.
There aren't many in Carriage N on friendly terms with your mom and you, and Hill's definitely one of the handful. I'm sorry. Save that for when you see her next time. You refuse to say that to her yourself?
Actually, I can do... Let's just keep the Shoto voice. The Shoto voice.
She was just standing around watching when the kids from Carriage H picked on me. Look, you need to understand that not everyone has what it takes to stand up to the bad guys. She might have stayed away, but that doesn't mean she approved of what you did. Huh? Okay. I'll go and apologize to her tonight. Attaboy. should I go to cargo with you then? No, because I've got you in a much better position. Huh? A much better position? See that ventilation duct up there? I need you to go up there and see if there's anything that needs fixing.
He's got some pretty extreme side eye. I don't know about that.
But I don't even know what needs to be fixed. That's fine. You just need to go all the way to the end and stay there until I call for you at night. But that's it? Of course. What? You think I put a 9-year-old in cargo?
Rachel winks at the boy. Bing!
Gotcha. Thanks. I'd save that for later if I were you. Huh?
Not fully understanding Rachel's intention, the boy climbs down the ventilation duct she pointed at. When he finally reaches the end, he sees that there isn't some secluded tunnel waiting for him. Rather, it's a place he's never even dared dream of.
The book storage?
The boy is now at Storage 08 in Carriage P's cargo, where they store piles and piles of paper books waiting to be sold, and a terminal storing ebooks and data. There are novels and books on poems, history, and myths, but other than these, there are also picture books and mangas, yes! Which any 9-year-old would find much easier to read. Like a fish who's finally found water, he dives right into a book he seems to be able to read and begins reading away. The boy was ready to grind through the day, but it ended up being so much fun that he forgot to eat the food he brought. Time creeps by with every turned page, and before the boy knows it, his time is up. Hearing knocks coming from the ventilation duct, the boy reluctantly puts down the book in his hand and goes back the way he came through the ventilation duct.
So how did you like hanging out alone in there? It wasn't bad, but...
The boy thinks this is all too good to be true. If Mom finds out about it, will she tear down the whole storage? And what if those people that hate Mom find out that I was there? Are there going to be consequences?
You're gonna be fine, as long as you didn't find it scary. I'll just tell your mom that I put you on the maintenance crew to help them fix the tunnel, because you're too young to come to cargo. But I didn't. Alright. Keep it down and be careful with the books, and remember to keep an eye out for people when you go in and out. Let me handle talking to your mom. Right. Thank you, Onya-chan. No worries. The world might be a mess now, but knowledge will still pay off in the long run. Make sure you read and learn a whole bunch of things in there. And try to be nicer to your mom. You see, she's just trying to help because...
Hesitating for a few moments, Rachel decides to drop what she was about to say. Oh, she's looking down, instead of side-eye again. The boy never dares to ask what Rachel was going to say. After Rachel's talk with the young boy's mother, he now has 4 hours worth of work to do with the maintenance crew outside of chores and studying. At home, he pays closer attention to his mother's tone, and he works and studies harder than ever to keep his mother in the dark. Once he's back at the storage with all the books, he becomes a fish swimming freely across a sea of books, all the while absorbing all the nutrients it provides. This place shelters him from everything, be it his mother, or the venom that spews out of people's mouths when they mouth off at his mother. Many find books like this too impractical for kids' good. But to someone like him, someone born on and confined to a train, these books are his only chance to learn about the world out there. He may not own these books, but he's confident that he knows what's in these books better than the one who owns them. Be it the Golden Age, the ever-expanding universe, or the romance and tears, he remembers every single story he's read. The story he remembers particularly well is one where the protagonist vows to fight for justice, in an ideal world, and how the world is actually fixed in the end. I feel like that showed up in one of the PGR side stories, like, they can't change fate kind of deal. In the countless stories he's read, people stop hurting one another to survive. Rather, they work as one to rebuild their home. Repenting or not, the bad guys pay for what they've done. Through these stories, he gradually comes to grasp with his place on the train and why it's important to fight oppression back.
If someone could really make it happen, then this place would probably change like the world does from the stories.
He's full of hope, he's so young. With the book in his hands, the boy makes a wish to himself. He wants to become someone like the hero from the stories, someone who fights for justice.
In fact, I think he would probably be happy to just fight alongside the hero.
Again and again, the boy would dream of being the hero that comes to the world's rescue. Yet it soon wears away when his mother comes down hard on him. She has criticized him in more ways than one, putting all sorts of labels on his dream. Eventually, the boy loses ground. So I guess he kind of told his mom, or I guess he's trying to do it and his mom's scolding him for it.
It's probably high time that I face the music. Mom is probably going to be mad if I pick fights with the kids.
That's why. Deciding to compromise with reality, the boy comes up with an action plan, in which he secretly stores away his dream.
I'm sure Mom is going to be okay with me drawing when the train is once again peaceful, and I've learned how to keep my head above water. But for now, I guess I'll just do as Mom and Rachel say and help around the house.
And life goes on, as the boy holds on to his flimsy little dream and goes through all the emotional ups and downs that come with it. Life hasn't been exactly easy growing up, but with all the pressures and his futile resistance against them. Yet here he is, ready to turn 11. Those 2 years have passed. What time is it? Okay, my throat's really tired. But I think we're getting, yawning too. Tired. Yeah. I can keep going though. Let's do one more scene at least. It shouldn't be. I mean, this is PGR. This is not Project Sekai, where a scene is roughly 15-20 minutes. This one can be up to 45 minutes, but we're gonna do it. Also, I keep backing up. We're at 0% progress, so we don't actually know how far in the story we are.
ER 023, Lost at Night. If anything, an ordinary person is exactly the type that would fall on the wrong side of justice, since they've got nothing that would help them land on the right side of it.
Okay, so his voice is higher than what I've been doing. Okay. So let me try to adjust now. I should have did that earlier, but I was like, oh, we're in the let's just go. It sounds the same with the cup. Everything sounds like this.
It's a day like any other, or at least it was supposed to be. The boy has been reading in the storage late into the night, and he's still yet to hear the familiar knocks coming down the ventilation duct. Oh no, Rachel! Seeing that it now reads 4 AM on his device, and feeling helplessly edgy, the boy decides to crawl out of the ventilation duct and tiptoes his way back home. With the door ajar, he sees that the lights in his mother's workspace are still on. Badly wounded, Rachel sits before his mom with a frown on her face.
It's not the first time cargo crew let things go missing. Yeah, I didn't do it this time. Which means you've done it before? That's a really bad joke. Some of the guys from before tried to rob our things, and I was the one to stop them. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. I do, of course, except they all say you're the one that did the robbing this time. Do you trust me? Makes sense if you don't, though. I mean, you probably would have been much better off without me anyway.
He's giving that side eye again. Curious about what that means, the boy was just about to open his mouth to ask. It stops in his tracks. The timing isn't quite right just yet.
Do you regret all of this? No, because the ride just had to happen. But look, I'm very sorry. No, don't be. You didn't kill him. The perp took advantage of the ride.
She stops for a few moments before she continues.
Ashlar used all of us.
Who's Ashlar? Let's see. So I don't know. She got in a fight or something because they tried to rob them. And there's a riot going on. Someone's killing it. Okay.
Used, you said. The same way I've been using him and those good-for-nothing royals, I bet.
She says these words with sizzling anger. Sizzling anger.
The same way I've been using him and those good-for-nothing royals, I bet. But I'm not ready to turn the tables with him just yet. There are things that I just can't do without him. Oh? But, Julie, I'll never become one of them, and you know I never will.
Mom's Julie? The boy doesn't exactly understand what Rachel's saying to his mother, and I don't understand either. But he knows that they've been working with someone they both hate, and that there are people in the cargo crew who take what's not theirs. This isn't the first time their conversation turned tense, but every time he tries to ask about it, they brush him off. You're 11 and an adult now, the boy's mom said to the boy a while back. But when he asks her a question she doesn't want to answer, she'd go back on her words and say, you're still too young to worry about that.
What happened to that sad?
She drops the topic and starts asking about Rachel's friend. Ashlar. Assad, the boy remembers the name. He's close to Rachel, and they always work and drink together. They're so close that people won't stop teasing them. Huh, when's the baby due? Assad always laughs it off when he hears things like this. Huh, you're kidding me, right? I'd find someone much more elegant if I were to date.
He's hurt. He's resting.
The two of them sit silently, in the swaying train for a while.
Thank you for today. Definitely be more careful going forward. Okay.
Rachel stands up and pulls open the curtains, sees the boy hiding behind it.
Huh? Good evening? Oh. Do not tell anyone what you heard here, just now. Okay. I won't. Julie, be nice to the kid. Come in. Time for bed.
Ooh. Something's going down.
Mom, did Aunt Rachel do something bad to you before?
He ventures the question.
The riot she was talking about, is that why Dad was killed?
Look. This isn't something. Okay, my throat really hurts. Need some water. Dying.
I'm not a kid anymore.
He talks back in a lowered voice.
I'm not a kid anymore. I can work on my own in the maintenance crew.
It's a lie, but the urge to know the truth drives the boy to use it as a chip for bargain. His attempt, however, fails to fool his mother.
Work?
You think I don't know what you've been doing? I only took her up on her proposal because she said it's too dangerous for a 9-year-old to work in the cargo crew, and the books can help you with learning, and that you won't come into contact with the guards if you stay there. You should sleep now. You failure. I hate you. You know, Mapuyu's mom is bad for that kind of story, but, you know, PGR is something else. Just saying.
But...
You should sleep now. Those words are supposed to be words of comfort, except they come out sounding like an order and trigger an explosion of all the feelings that have been bottled up inside the boy over the years.
Mom?
Yes?
People say that if Dad were still alive, you would never leave us here. You would never let others call you a witch or have you heard these? Why does it matter? I'm too busy to feel bothered.
But don't you feel sad when you hear them?
How does feeling sad help us? Is it gonna change anything?
Yeah, it's because it's not gonna change anything. Doesn't mean you don't feel sad, right?
It doesn't matter if I do. These feelings will only suffocate us. Your father's dead. There's nothing I can do for him. I don't even have a chance to feel sad.
Looking at the boy's determined face, she keeps her cool and explains their situation to him for the first time.
Aslam has always been in chaos. Everyone does what they can do to survive this hellhole. Some resort to violence, some to trickery, some can only rely on others. Ooh. Regardless of which path they pick, when the sky comes tumbling down, everyone has to bear the consequences of their choice.
She rubs her fingers on the edge of her mask. Her fingers are shaking slightly.
Rachel wants to change the status quo. At that time, as an aristocrat from the upper levels, your father was part of the problem.
Oh, your father was rich. Oh my god, he's probably alive.
I begged him to change, but to die just after the riot began. Rachel didn't kill him. The perpetrator just used the chaos she caused. There are still many more people out there like your father, or even worse than him. He died without ever having the chance to prove that he could change. And people down here just can't be bothered to understand me. But I can understand why they feel this way. For them, I'm an accomplice of the aristocrats.
Mom!
Do you hate me, son? Even at the very bottom of Aslan, people wouldn't have treated you like this. You've been born into a different family.
Can't we leave?
The world out there is much worse than this. Punishing virus has taken over the land, and you need to be around the CPF to be safe. You can stay here because I still have a job here. But when I'm gone, I have to leave and join the ranks of the scavengers if you can't fend for yourself. When that day comes, there'll be no food, no shelter, and you might get infected anytime. When you want to rest, the corrupted and the robbers will swarm up to you.
But what should we do?
Trust Rachel. She has a plan to free us from this oppression.
Will he become a great leader? Just like the heroes in the books?
Yeah.
She lets out a heavy sigh.
Are you helping her, Mom?
Yes. I'm trying to help her. I don't always agree with the way she does things, but I have no right to question her either. She's good at winning people over to herself, and that's just one of the things she's good at that I'm not.
She puts her hand on the mask again to make sure it just sits safely on her face.
When I was your age, my dream was to become a merchant that brings people whatever they need. Except, I realized that I had nothing to sell for my own future. Ooh!
Your future?
She nods and hides all the scars of time behind her mask, revealing no further details.
Why do you sell your future?
Buy things that I otherwise can't afford. For someone ordinary to become a hero, there's a steep price to pay, and it might even hurt those around you.
Those words turn into sharp knives and stab him in the heart.
Oh!
Mom!
Son, I've been giving your situation some thought over the past few days. You're no genius, and it's way too difficult for you to learn a skill on your own. You need a teacher. Rachel will put you on her cargo crew once you turn 13. Like it or not, you need to learn how to keep yourself alive. Time to sleep now.
No, I don't want to sleep. What do you mean when you say you're just selling your future? Where are you going?
You should sleep now.
Without saying another word, he drags a tattered blanket over and puts it over the boy.
Wait, you haven't answered my question.
You should sleep now.
She keeps... it's kind of creepy. Her lowered voice now sounds menacing.
You should sleep now.
Are you gonna stay here tonight?
She lets out a non-committal response to her mask, which is then followed by cough.
Did you catch a cold?
She shakes her head without saying anything. She lies down on her side next to the boy, then lifting her hand to touch her boy,
She starts singing the same gentle lullaby that she always did many, many years ago. Sleep, sleep, my child. Oh, there are fireflies. Okay, hold on. Wait. There are fireflies here that will keep your heart alive. So, in the preview for the No.1 patch, one of the clues was firefly. I have no idea why, but it's probably part of the story here. Sleep, sleep, my child. Oh. May your dreams be as peaceful as the summer night. May hope forever be by your side. What? Who's that? Your worries will drift with the wind. Okay, this is not rhyming anymore. And when you rise to the first light, the sun will greet you with a gentle smile so bright. Just making up this melody, so sleep, sleep, my child. Oh,
we're back here.
Wait. What the hell is this? Who's this? It doesn't look like she fits in this game. For only when you wake up free of worries. Someone else is singing. Little girl's singing, maybe? Can you smile at the world warmly? Young man A. It's still young man A. The young man wakes up from his memory and sees that he's all alone now, having been left here by the constructs and the commandant from last night. So we only briefly met him, but he's stuck here now. From the distance, the boy can hear a construct girl singing away as she fixes a toy with parts she has.
Oops, did I wake you up?
Oh god. A little construct girl. Wait a second. How does that work? I don't think there's been any construct children. I guess Pulau, technically, kind of. Let's just roll with it.
Oops, did I wake you up?
Did I fall asleep holding this pen?
Yeah, and good morning.
Where are the others?
We all left on a mission. My name is Lillian, by the way. You told me about your memory loss, and I'll be taking you to Medical Center 09 in a bit.
Medical Center 09? Someone from yesterday told me that I should go somewhere with better medical resources and get myself checked up and treated there. But they never said it's Medical Center 09.
That's what they were talking about, because that's the only place around here with better medical resources. We'll be on our way when the transport vehicle's here. Have you recalled anything? Do you remember your name?
I recalled a lot of things, except for my name.
Seems like you really hated your name, huh?
Makes you say so.
According to our instructor, you tend to have a harder time recalling something if you try to shun it before the memory loss. That's probably what's happening to you now, I'm guessing.
Why would I try to shun my name, though?
Oops, did I say something wrong?
No, I'm just feeling a little lost here.
But you said you recalled a lot of things already, right?
But they're all from before I was 12, and they all have to do with my family and friends, and
the picture books and mangas I've read.
But why am I remembering everything I've read?
Anything else?
Well, they're nothing worth mentioning.
I bet they're just some of the bad things you've done.
Children.
Unfortunately, no. Just memories of some situations we couldn't work our way around. Dreams I couldn't make happen. Nice aunt who would occasionally come to my rescue. And my mom basically never told me a thing.
Boy, those are lame with a capital L. I swear you'd be some guy if you were in a game.
Guess you're right. Say, do you think an ordinary person might just someday find himself on the wrong side of justice?
If anything, ordinary person is exactly the type that would fall on the wrong side of justice. Says they've got nothing that would help them land on the right side of it.
That was the quote at the beginning of the chapter.
For someone ordinary to become a hero, there's a steep price to pay, and it might even hurt those around you.
The boy once again recalls his mother's words. The boy died, and what little he still has of his memory, and yet here it is, alive and well in his body he doesn't recognize. The boy died, and what little he has. The boy died? I don't know about that. What price did he have to pay exactly for this miracle to have happened?
The transport vehicle's here. Here, they left your weapon for you. Let's get going.
With her toy only half fixed, Lillian stands up from the desk. And it's only now that the young man sees that the toy is a firefly put together with parts.
Wait a second. Where did you get that thing you're holding?
Are you talking about this firefly toy? I found this out there when I came.
Can I have a look? I feel like I've seen it before.
With a worried look on her face, Lillian hands the damaged firefly toy over to the young man. This toy is put together with gears and used light bulbs. Here, you just need to give its head a little twist and the wings will flap away. The body of the toy, however, is now twisted at such a weird angle that it seems as though it's been hit by something.
What's with this?
Oof! It's Vonnegut! It's Vonnegut. Okay, let's go on. Okay, I need to. Oh my god. This is a very bad time to do Vonnegut. I do think my Vonnegut voice is one of my best, though. Too bad. God, my voice is so dead right now. I'm just so tired after talking so much earlier. I'm so sorry for coughing.
Scars are part of one's memory.
Oh. And then with it, an excruciating pain spreads out from his chest with an inexplicable malice. I do feel an excruciating pain in my throat right now. It's the same kind of pain that hit him when he first woke up. Some things are just meant to be. Oof, okay. I guess that's a really good place to stop. I'm so dead. I don't know why my voice is so dead. I guess I did talk kind of non-stop about, it wasn't voice acting earlier on for the first hour and a half, but it was kind of monologuing about my, my adventures for the last 6 months, since it is my 6-month anniversary for anyone just tuning in. But yeah, a lot of unknowns, and honestly, I don't remember what happened to this guy before. I got spoiled a little bit, so I know he's shown up. This one, Fake Ascension, and I think he showed up somewhere in this one. He was very, very side minor character, but he came back here, and I could have sworn he died, but I was wrong. Apparently, I could have sworn Simon died in Evernight Beat on the retreat right here. I was really sure he died, but Simon came back again in New Divide. So my memory is horrible, I guess. And that's how I've said this before. I mean, to not on stream, but to like a friend. I feel like my memory's kind of hit or miss. Some things I remember really well, but a lot of things, especially book studying and reading, it's just in one ear and out the other. But things are always recorded in emotions for me. So to me, I still always have feelings for this. Like I always have very fond feelings for PGR story, even though I've forgotten most of the details. So maybe that's just how it is to be old. You can't remember anything, but you only have these old feelings from the past, and everything's nostalgic. But I feel like that way for PGR too. I really enjoyed everything from chapter. Before chapter 12 was pretty good, but chapter 12 is where Lucius stole my heart, and still owns it to this day. But yeah, that's it for tonight. I'm really tired. My voice is dead, so I can't go on and PGR story. This next one may be 30 minutes, so we can't do it. Though we are finally getting into combat. It looks like there are 8 combat stages. We have no progress here yet, so I don't know exactly how far we are in the story. On the last three or four patches, the story has been ridiculously short. I think it's 4, right? We had Karenina, which was short. Hikma, which was short. Nanami, which was short. And before Nanami was Pulau, which was also very short too. But at least Pulau had an interlude, I think. I actually didn't check. Yes, Pulau was the last interlude. There has been no interlude since Pulau. So, you know, at first I thought because, you know, Nanami already has 2 interludes, so they're not gonna add one. But there's no Nanami. There was no Karenina interlude. There was no Hikma interlude, and there is no interlude for No one either. That's why there's a lot less story content. I think for the interludes were kind of the highlights of the story. I think interludes were pretty great. Sometimes even better than main story. I really like the Roland one. The Liv one was kind of mediocre. You know, everyone loves Selena. You know, I'm still angry at Selena for Eden Festival. Wan Cheese is really good too. 21's is kind of I think it was more about her. It wasn't too much. You know, Luna's and, you know, Lucia's are all really good. Changyu I haven't done. Don't look there. And these, honestly, these are too old. I don't remember them. It's a long time ago. Maybe I'll redo them one day. But like I said, you know, today's, you know, is my 6-month anniversary. We've come a long way. You know, we've come from making excuses to start streaming to, you know, taking this as, you know, my career choice and trying to take it to the next level. So yes, thank you everyone for watching. Really appreciate it, and thank you for your support as well. I have not said this in like 3 months, I think. I did for a while, but I don't think it's the right timing or anything. I don't even think there's a reason to. But I do have support options available. I know I have subscriptions available. You know, it comes with emotes that I drew myself. I do also have a stream elements if anyone's interested, you know, in supporting me. So thank you everyone. But yeah, it was my throat hurts from talking about myself for so long. Yeah, 6 months. Hopefully we'll have a nice productive and some nice memories for the next 6 months, because I'll be around. I'm gonna try to do this as long as I possibly can until, you know, until I drop dead, basically. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. We will be back. What is it? Tomorrow? I don't know yet, so I'm not gonna announce it. So I think what else I'm gonna do? If we do come back, it might be story if my voice is feeling well, or we'll do gacha planning stream for Project Sakai, which we do have to get done with soon. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and yeah, it was fun. It's fun finally getting back to the story, which we enjoy, despite, you know, a lot of setbacks and a lot of problems, to say the least. That I can do dailies too. Let me check this real quick. What do we need? Dorm. Does anyone have any last minute head pat requests? I forgot to ask. I can't believe it. It's gonna be Lucia. Yay. Lucia. And then Lucia. And then Lucia. And then oh, here's Lucia. Just Lucia. All the Lucias. Soon we'll have 5 Lucias to head pat, which will be nice. Yeah, that's we used to do this every night. It's very nostalgic, even though it's only like it's only like a few months ago. It's just old. Living in the past. All right, let's no head pat requests then. Probably the end of the stream. So tomorrow, I don't know yet. I think I will. I'm just gonna leave technically my default schedule up. It says every day, but I'm just gonna get back to, you know, on Twitter. I will announce there if I have absences. Also, please, how do I say this? Follow my Twitter soon. I'm going to try to push my Twitter a little bit more in the upcoming months. Not yet, because we're not quite there yet, but pretty soon. Use old Watanabe. But yes, thank you. Thank you all. Oh, let me do this too before I forget. I mean, we'll also have to do shopping at least once before the patch is over. One thing I do like about PGR is that if you go over and you have like a couple minutes before it regens energy, it doesn't forget it. It just continues off where it was left off, which is really nice. Because in Project Sakai, it doesn't happen. And you know, Project Sakai, 1 energy is even worse because it's 30 minutes as opposed to 6 minutes here. So you could literally lose, 30 minutes of energy, 29 minutes of energy if you do it the wrong time. Okay, I think we are done. So all done. Nothing left to do. Well, for today, that's it. Okay, thank you everyone for watching. If you're new and you enjoyed the stream, welcome to the stream. And you're here for my 6-month anniversary, so I'm gonna keep at it. So please follow my channel if you enjoyed the stream, so you can find out when I go online. I'll still be here. We'll be streaming. We'll still be streaming the same stuff, PGR as well as Project Sakai and Honkai Star Rail when we have something to do. And then maybe we'll branch out into other stuff. Yes, thank you everyone, and I'll see you guys soon. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.
Oh, they're muted. Alright. You guys have reached the end of the stream. Thank you for your support. And I'll see you guys soon. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.